Asterisk the windshield wipers struggled against the October rain as Michael drove his 15-year-old Honda down the winding country road. He'd been working late at the hardware store again, trying to make ends meet since Sarah passed 3 years ago. The evening shift paid a little extra, and every dollar mattered when you're raising a 12-year-old daughter on your own. Asterisk Emma was at her friend's house, working on a school project. At least, that's what she'd told him. These days, he wasn't always sure what his daughter was really thinking. The grief had changed them both, created distances where there used to be easy conversation and shared laughter. Asterisk, the rain was coming down harder now, drumming against the roof of his car like impatient fingers. Michael slowed as he approached the curve near Miller's Creek, the one locals warned about during storms. That's when he saw the red glow through the rain. Brake lights, but they weren't moving. Asterisk, he pulled over and grabbed his jacket from the back seat. As he got closer, his heart sank. A silver sedan had hydroplaned off the road and struck an old oak tree. Steam rose from the crumpled hood, and the driver's door was wedged shut. Asterisk, ma'am, can you hear me? Asterisk, through the spider-webbed window. He could see a woman slumped forward, her auburn hair hiding her face. She was conscious but dazed, trying to lift her head. Asterisk, I'm going to get you out, Michael called, his voice steady, despite the adrenaline coursing through him. He'd learned to stay calm during crisis. Life had taught him that much. Asterisk, the passenger door opened with some effort. The woman was in her 50s, elegant even in her current state, wearing what looked like an expensive dress, now torn and muddy. There was something familiar about her, but Michael pushed the thought aside. Right now, she needed help. Asterisk, easy now, he said gently, checking her for obvious injuries. Can you move your fingers, your toes? Asterisk, she nodded weakly. I think I'm okay, just shaken up. Asterisk, we need to get you away from the car. Can you put your arm around my shoulders? Asterisk, as he helped her from the wreckage, something nagged at him. The way she held herself, even injured, the graceful line of her neck. When they reached his car and he helped her into the passenger seat, she finally looked directly at him in the overhead light. Asterisk, oh my God, she whispered, and Michael's world tilted. Asterisk, those eyes, Sarah's eyes, the same deep brown with flecks of gold, the same gentle arch to the eyebrows. Asterisk, Catherine, his voice came out as barely a whisper. Asterisk, Sarah's older sister nodded, tears mixing with the rain on her cheeks. Hello, Michael. Asterisk, the drive to Michael's house passed in careful silence. Catherine insisted she didn't need a hospital, just somewhere to sit and collect herself. Her car was totaled, but she was alive, and that seemed like enough of a miracle for one night. Asterisk, I should call someone, Catherine said as they pulled into his driveway. I have people who can. Asterisk, it's late, Michael interrupted gently. And you've been through an ordeal. Let me at least make you some tea. Make sure you're really okay. Asterisk inside, Michael's small house felt even smaller with Catherine in it. She looked around at the family photos on the mantel, at Sarah's presence still evident in the careful way things were arranged, in the throw pillows she'd chosen, in the painting she'd hung above the couch. Asterisk, you kept everything, Catherine observed. Softly, asterisk, most of it Emma needs. She needs to remember her mother was here, that this was her home too. Asterisk, Catherine picked up a framed photo of Sarah and Emma at the beach, both of them laughing at something off camera. She looked so much like Sarah at that age. Asterisk, sometimes it takes my breath away, Michael admitted, filling the kettle. The resemblance between you two as well. I thought I was seeing things out there. Asterisk, they sat at his kitchen table, one where he and Sarah had shared thousands of meals, where they'd helped Emma with homework, where they'd planned their modest dreams. The tea warmed them both, and slowly, carefully, they began to talk. Asterisk, I wanted to come to the funeral, Catherine said eventually. I was in Singapore on business, and by the time I got the message, double quotes, asterisk, I know, Sarah understood. She always said you lived in a different world than we did. Asterisk, Catherine's laugh was soft and sad. That's what I told myself too, that I was too busy, too important. The truth was, I was afraid. Asterisk of what? Asterisk of seeing how happy she was, how she'd built this beautiful, simple life with you and Emma, spent so many years chasing success, accumulating things, and Sarah had found something I never could. Michael studied her face, seeing Sarah in the curve of her smile, in the way she wrapped her hands around the mug. She used to say you were the brave one, the one who took chances. Taking chances in business is different from taking chances with your heart, Catherine said. Sarah was always braver than me that way. They talked until nearly midnight. Catherine told him about her work, her travels, the loneliness of success without family to share it with. Michael talked about the challenges of single parenthood, about how he worried he wasn't enough for Emma, about how some days the weight of loss still felt unbearable. She never stopped loving you, Catherine said as Michael prepared the guest room. Even when we were teenagers, before you two got together, she used to talk about you. That Michael Parker, she'd say, he's going to be somebody special someday. I was just a guy who worked at his dad's garage. You were the man who made her laugh every single day for 15 years. That's not just somebody special, Michael. That's extraordinary. The next morning, Emma came home to find her Aunt Catherine sitting at their kitchen table, sharing pancakes with her father. The family resemblance was unmistakable, and Emma's eyes filled with tears. You look like Mom, she said simply. So, do you, sweetheart? So do you. What followed was the most natural thing in the world. Catherine stayed for 3 days, officially to handle the car insurance and arrangements. She helped Emma with her science project, teaching her about investments in business in a way that made the girl's eyes light up with possibility. She and Michael took long walks around the neighborhood, sharing stories about Sarah, filling in pieces of each other's memories. Catherine learned about the woman her sister had become, the mother and wife, the quilter and gardener, the person who made everyone feel welcome in her home. Michael learned about Sarah's childhood, about the sister who had protected her from bullies, who had taught her to be brave, who had sacrificed her own social life to help Sarah. Through high school, when their parents were struggling, she never told me you paid for her college, Michael said on their last evening together. She never told me you worked 3 jobs so she could stay home with Emma the first 2 years, Catherine replied. I guess we both loved her in our own ways. On Sunday, a sleek black car arrived to take Catherine to the airport. She hugged Emma tightly, whispering something in her ear that made the girl nod seriously. She turned to Michael. Thank you, she said, for saving me from that car, for taking care of Sarah, for raising Emma to be so wonderful. Thank you for letting us know her sister, Michael replied, for letting us know more about the woman we loved. Catherine reached into her purse and pulled out a business card. I know you're proud, Michael. Sarah always said you were too proud for your own good sometimes, but I'm family now, real family. If you or Emma ever need anything, we'll be okay, Michael said, but he took the card. 6 months later, Catherine returned for Emma's 8th grade graduation. She'd been calling every week, sending postcards from her travels, staying connected in ways that felt natural and unforced. She'd also quietly set up a college fund for Emma and arranged for Michael to manage a small property investment that would provide steady income. You didn't have to, Michael protested when he found out. Family takes care of family, Catherine said simply. Sarah would have done the same for my children if I'd been wise enough to have any. At the graduation ceremony, watching Emma accept her academic achievement award, Catherine reached over and took Michael's hand. It felt like something Sarah would have done, would have wanted them to do. She's proud of you both, Catherine said quietly. I know, Michael replied, squeezing her hand gently. I can feel her. Later that evening, as they sat on the porch, watching fireflies dance in the growing dusk, Emma curled up between them with a book. Catherine had brought her a first edition of Anne of Green Gables, Sarah's favorite as a child. Aunt Catherine. Emma said sleepily, yes, sweetheart. Will you come for my high school graduation too? I wouldn't miss it, Catherine promised. I'll be there for all of them, the important ones and the ordinary ones too. Michael looked at this woman who had been a stranger 6 months ago and was now part of their small family's rhythm. Sometimes the most profound gifts come wrapped in ordinary moments, in unexpected kindness, in the simple act of staying when you could easily leave. Asterisk, the rain that had brought Catherine into their lives that October night had also washed away years of separation and misunderstanding. In its place, it left something Sarah would have loved to see: her sister and her family. Finally finding their way to each other, finally finding their way home.